Alright, let's get this show on the road, people.
You. Yeah, you. Friend.
Who have we got on the line? Oh yeah, I don't have a
Scan
line.
25 objects or enemies.
Let's get back to it.
Let me get this brightness back up. There we go. Alright, alright, alright. What's the sortie? Hive, defense, rescue.
Ruin the best chance this system has for peace?
Secondary only on that rescue. Defense against the infestation. I gotta make sure I got the right one before I dive into this, or it's gonna be a waste. Rather double check than dive in blind. Third build. Alright.
I've been thinking, operator. I thought you'd want to know.
This arbitration as any mortal creature would. There are no second chances.
It's bright as fuck out here.
This test has only just begun.
Come on, heal him up. Really? You don't even let me get you from there? You son of a bitch. What's up, Daniel? I got on, and the first thing that I saw was this defense against the infested. I knew you were running with indecisive, and I was like, damn, that would have been the perfect time. This one just finished. It had like 22 seconds on it when I got on. Alright, why are you hiding in this corner, dude? Alright, yeah, that'll heal him up. I just want to heal up the guy I'm guarding.
Your potential blossoms. Continue.
How was the Oxium farm? That was pretty quick, dude.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
Yeah, man, hopefully it's something good. Dude, the ones against the infested, if it's a survival or defense, seriously are a breeze and a joke. It's why I do them. I don't have to worry about any team synergy. Even if I have somebody with me that really can't hold their own, my Inaros can carry it just fine as long as we play it smart. The downside of the defense, I have to play a different build on my Zaw. I need to have it built off of a lot of combo duration, so that when I have to choose if I'm going to stay or not, I don't lose my multiplier. Otherwise, it's no big deal. Oh, you're still in it. Oh, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Oh, I appreciate you stopping by and getting my stream going. I know once I get a few people stopping in and watching, it picks up pretty quick. But I am starting at a very off time because, man, YouTube would not let me start my stream. Kept getting error messages. Why is this guy above me like that? That's a fast Oxium farm. I mean, like, to me, it's like, if you're not going to be in that for at least 40 waves, like, it's almost a waste. Like, you really need to, I mean, like, the same token, how far can you guys really go? Got to get you guys moving in the right direction. Fleming! Does life have you down? Are you feeling a little off? Does your boss really get on your nerves? Is it hotter than fuck outside? We'll cool off with a fine glass of Flemonade. Flemonade, the quench Spencer. It can also quench the thirst of your sinuses. Brando! It's got stuff. It's got stuff your body wants. It's got electrolytes. Oh, what a great movie.
Come on.
You want water? Like from the toilet? For those of you that don't know what movie I'm quoting, it's a great gem called Idiocracy. You only needed 400? I thought Mr. Indecisive would need more than that. Like, you're gonna need lots of Oxium. I mean, to me, it's just like, if you're gonna farm anything right now in the game where you guys are currently in it, dude, just farm that shit till you can't handle it anymore. You. Oh, Viper. There we go. Let's pump this guy full of life. The other great thing about running this with a Naros, I can heal the guy that we're defending. Just gotta sacrifice my shields for a little bit, or my armor. Man, they go down this little ramp and it's just like I can't hit them for nothing. Fleming, how's your day going, buddy? Dude, it's like, the second this started, it was just like, and let's put one of those arbitration drones immediately when that hatches. All the unvaulted relics are always going to be in the void. So you're looking at right now between Mott, Annie, Yuko, Teshub. I like Hairbit and Mark do too. But the void is where you're going to get those relics. Brahmi, what's up, buddy?
Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear.
Always good to have you stopping by. So let me ask you guys this. How bright is this map to you guys in the stream? Because on my screen, it's like super bright. And I turn my brightness up so it's a clearer stream for you guys, but I feel like this might be like too much. Like on my screen, because it's all snow, it's like hyper bright. But I'm good, Brahmi. How you doing today, buddy? It's one of the reasons why when you guys first started coming in, I was over here. At least it's not like snow and not as bright. But this guy doesn't necessarily always want to follow me. And if he does, he gets stuck in weird places. On top of that, it's the different multitudes of layers of places enemies can stand. For those of you new to Warframe, I am using a melee weapon of my own creation. That's basically a giant scythe whose damage builds up over time. More enemies I attack, the more my combo counter goes up. Higher the combo counter, more damage. That's why, for the most part, I'll be one-shotting a majority of the enemies that I come across. The harder and exceptionally defensive ones probably take 2 to 3 shots. But I am keeping this board as clean as possible. Oh, you... I knew better than that. If I throw it on one of these disrupting ancients, cancels the effect. Oh, Brahmi, anytime, buddy. Anytime someone's gonna stop by, spend a little bit of their time and love on me, they're gonna get that love right back, my friend. My mind always goes to this. There's so many other things people can do, so many other things people can watch, that if they take the time to stop by and spend that time with me, it's gonna be nothing but love. A lot of violence, but still love. Oh, dial, that's awesome, buddy. Good stuff, Danny. Alright, mental note. I want to keep the last few guys of this board alive so I can drain them for life. Why can't I? Oh, because of the damn, And he came back again. It's like clockwork, man. Those arbitration drones just keep messing up my plans. I mean, I know this is supposed to test my abilities here, but see, and just like clockwork, there it is again. Eat up my vitality. Got him bumped up almost back to full. Dude, get out of there. Or are you stuck now? Fuck, he's stuck. Yep, he fell in there, can't get out. Awesome. Pain in my ass, that is. So how's everyone's day going so far? Alright, Daniel. Should I pull out at 30 or should I push on for 60? Main reason why I'm asking, I don't like how this guy is now stuck and glitched in there. That's really gonna get on my nerves. And when it comes to the higher tier enemies, he's gonna go down. And I honestly rather not fail. Alright, 30, we're backing out. I gotta do the logical thing here. Without some type of a healer, three sculptures. How's everyone's Tuesday going so far? Hopefully it's smooth like a baby's butt. What's up, buddy? Oh, and I just sent you a message saying I know you're in a party. Just switch to game chat and we'll be good for a minute. Hell yeah. Alright. Alright, let's head over to the dojo real quick. You said you have vacuum, right? Or, yeah, you have vacuum. Do you have regen? Oh, I just took us to the dojo, so I might have kicked you out. Danny, I'm hooking up Mr. Indecisive here with some Animal Instinct. He's going to need that on his Taxon. Basically what that does is it gives you a certain distance of loot detection, so you can see all the breakables around you. But it also gives you enemy radar, so you can see where the enemies are and which direction they're facing. So it'll be like an arrow. Wherever the arrow's pointing is where they're looking. It'll definitely help out when you're going about. But if you're going to be grinding and opening up stuff to break open, you're definitely going to want it. Oh yeah, Lucy spent a good amount of time getting all set up. It actually, in my opinion, used to look a little bit better. Just because it had like a red theme to it, which is like one of my favorite colors. Yeah, no, it still looks good, yeah. Animal Instinct, actually don't have to go too far down. Yeah, still got 6 of them, nice. You said you have regen. You know what? Just because I'm in an awesome mood because I can stream again this week, I want to throw this in as well. Blind Rage is a corrupted mod. These you can only get out of the Derelict by cracking open one of the Orokin vaults. You need to have a specific dragon key on to open the specific door. There's 4 keys, and you don't know what door you're going to find on the map, but if you happen to have the right key for the right door and open it, you'll get a chance of these corrupted mods. A corrupted mod basically is a positive and a negative stat. So with Blind Rage, it's going to bump up your ability strength big time. It's going to cost you efficiency, though, so you'll be burning through energy faster. But it's something you're going to use at some point in the future for sure, so figured, you know what, I got 2 extra ones. I can sell one for probably almost 100 plat, and I can give you this one. And I was going to say, as far as your side of it, dude, just toss me like a Vitality mod or whatever else is a common dropped mod. It's fine with me. Oh, tasty ammo case. Oh, look at that! It's septuplets. Yeah, when I saw you doing the Inaros and you're going over there and you're cracking things open, I'm like, I don't see anything on this mini map for breakables. I'm like, I don't think he has Animal Instinct on. It's gonna help you out big time. Yep. There's that. There's another one called Thief's Wit, but that's a mod for your Warframe directly, so you're costing yourself a mod slot. And then there's Loot Detector, which is an Aura mod. I run both of those plus Animal Instinct on my Equinox because I use her specifically for grinding out breakables. For the Sabotage, when you have to find the 3 caches, or back in the day before these arbitrations, for sculptures, because the only way you could find them was on maps. Now I just did an arbitration and I got 3 sculptures out of it, so faster way to grind for Endo, because you're going to need a lot of that for upgrading your mods. You'll go through a few million Endo for sure. I mean, that Battle Rage that I just gave you, I believe, uses 35,000 Endo and a million credits. No, 1.5 million credits to max it out. Oh yeah, 10 cost. Gotta love them. But yeah, man. I mean, I figured, yeah, let's get him that Animal Instinct. You're definitely gonna need it. Oh yeah, no worries, man. Happy hunting. I know you're doing your grind. I'm gonna be jumping into my own in a little bit. You too, buddy. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Catherine, what's up? How do you get Animal Instinct? Daniel, it used to be in alerts. Now the only way to get it is on quote-unquote hard level nightmares, meaning high tier, high enemy nightmare missions. So anywhere from Neptune around the map. It might even be Uranus too. I want to say they might have included that, but basically from here on, anytime you do these nightmare missions, you'll have a chance for a chance for it to drop for you. What that percentage is, I would have to look that up. Let's see. Animal Instinct, not giving me a drop chance. Oh, Catherine, you know it. I downloaded it twice. It's on my other account. Same way Division 2's on your other account.
Ordis is angry.
Alright, let's go put some stars and sculptures. Catherine should like this. Let's go make some jewelry. Sparklies! Let's see here. I got a new order. Catherine, how's your day going so far? I saw that you were streaming. I stopped by quick to give you a thumbs up. I was spending the last like hour and a half trying to get YouTube to let me start streaming. It just wouldn't let me get on. Kept getting an error message after error message, and I'm just like, I just don't get it. And was saying it was a connectivity issue, so it's just like it wasn't connecting to whatever server my PlayStation goes out and connects to. Apparently, I just want to make sure I don't have. Yeah, okay. Can you do the sortie with me? I don't see why not. Let me take a peek and even see what the sortie is. I remember one's a rescue with secondaries. Rescue secondary.
Why must you always work against
Defense.
progress?
Hive.
I'm trying to bring us all together. Things could have been
Ooh,
different.
magnetic damage. They're going to be eating our energy. I honestly wasn't planning on doing it yet, buddy, but I got no problem diving in. I normally try to wait until towards the end of my stream to do the sortie, just because there's usually a higher chance that Fleming will be jumping in. Fleming, if you're listening, is there a possibility of you joining in? I'm not sure if you're working from home or if you went to the office today or not. Oh, Fleming! He might be listening, he might not be. I'll give him a minute or two. Duke, how you doing, buddy? Let's get a stabilizer in you. Khaled's working on his cooking skills. I bet he is. I bet he is. Catherine, are you going to jump in with us?
Do you really want to ruin the best chance this system has?
89. Man, I'm a thirsty man. Like, here's the thing. I usually drink about 2 gallons of water a day. So when you guys see me drink, it's out of this. Now, this holds a liter of water. Shelby, what's up, buddy? So this holds 1 liter of water. And I normally keep 2 of them with me. Now, these are Under Armour aluminum bottles. Dude, you put ice cold water in it, dude, it stays ice cold for at least 16 hours, if not longer. There's beer throughout the day. Typically at nighttime, I'm usually sipping on some whiskey if I do a night stream. But it doesn't look like Fleming's going to be joining us, so if he does, I'll get him, I'll get him in on it. I have no problem running it a second time. Let's get Daniel on in here and burn through this real quick. You there, buddy? Oh, there's Fleming. Fleming, are you down for the sortie, buddy? Are you working, or... You know, I typically wait till the end of the stream to do the sortie, so I figured I'd see what you were up to. I know it's hit or miss if you're home or not this time of day. Go ahead, you're not able... Okay, buddy. Worst comes to worst, man. You and I will rock it out later on. I might actually do Warframe for the second half of the stream today, too. Alright. Infested, magnetic. I am... God, I feel like this is going to be a bad choice, but I'm going to bring Old Ember here. There's a hive mission. Yeah, magnetic damage, so it's just like... If I get hit with something, my energy is gonna be drained out pretty quick. It's why it's like I'm almost thinking like maybe I'll just bring a Naros with a Rubico and just pop out everything. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do with that instead. Make fast work of everything. Oh no. Rubico's ever popping those boils out. Flamethrower is so much easier for her. Good. You're gonna need it.
If I may say, Operator, your chosen Warframe suits you.
Oh, you're gonna need a lot more.
Uh,
I was just talking to Indecisive about it. It's like, I think all in all, I think all in all, I've probably spent like 3.5 million endo with all the mods. Oh yeah.
Here I go again, giving you too much credit.
Oh wait, you know what? Screw it. I'm going with my gut. I'm bringing Ember. I don't care. Drain my energy, I'll drop a pad. Yep, same.
Dano, do you really want to ruin the best chance this system has for peace?
Did you get the one to make one energy pad at a time, or the blueprint to get 10 at a time? Good. Oh wait, I don't think they have the one to do individual pads anymore. I think they got rid of that finally. It was a waste. They still have it? Ugh.
This infestation must be contained. Destroy the hives to sterilize the area. Keep moving. None of the scanners have detected you.
Not yet, they haven't. Fleming, you got some lemonade? Nice. Catherine's got some blueberry lemonade? I've been drinking lemonade non-stop since that day.
You are approaching a hive. Every hive is protected. Except 2 nodes.
Oh.
Destroy those, and you can destroy the hive.
Just got one-shotted over here.
It will only attack when it senses
He's
high
dead.
concentrations of infested blood. Slow the fight if you want it to go away.
Appreciate you.
The Juggernaut has moved on. It's safe to proceed.
Yep, I got the last two, I think. Oh, no, oh, past one was underneath me when I first came out. Reload.
Now quick. Play the hive.
Yep, it's going. Oh, you went to the other one already. Yeah, no worries.
Destroy the tumor nodes to make the hive vulnerable.
No, yeah, great frame we got.
Hive is protected by a series of tumor nodes. Destroy those, and you can destroy the hive. That's it. Now take out the hive.
Remember, the further away you are with the Ignis, the more damage it's going to do.
All is destroyed. Head to extraction.
It's still going to be 10 waves, but it's a person instead. I might bring Trinity just so I can keep healing up the person. No spilling the lemonade. Yeah, don't spill or laugh it out. Yeah, don't pull a Fleming. Let's see, Titania or Oberon. I'm either gonna bring Trinity or Oberon. Probably Trinity. Just because of, if he takes damage I can heal him, but I can do the same thing with Oberon. He's a little bit more offensive. By the same token, it's just the infested. Nah. Yeah, it's infested. I'm just gonna bring Mesa and just destroy everybody. Well then, if you're going Mesa, I'll switch it up. Let's see here. Let's get some. Heat does heavy damage, vitality and gas, or viral and gas. Those are the three that work the best. Oh, what to put on the regulars? Yeah, put viral on. Because I mean, like usually I would say with viral depends on the weapon, but because the regulators fire so fast, with viral you're gonna constantly just whittle away that life after cutting it in half and in half and in half. Cold and toxin. You know what? If you're gonna bring, I am gonna bring Oberon, because that's gonna do two things. It's gonna stop them in their tracks, and I can keep healing everyone. Or should I just bring someone to keep your energy up? I can drop pads for you, that's fine. Yeah, Oberon with his new range build. And instead of momentum, he should be rage. He should be... Yeah, that works. Catherine dropping some lemons for the GGs.
Tenno, why must you always work against progress?
Ugh.
Bring us all together.
It's gonna be on
Things
Earth.
would have been different if you tried to work with
It's gonna be that big, well, he's gonna be moving around at least, but it's that big open circle one that's, yeah, they're gonna be all over the place. That's gonna be a pain. With any luck, because he's a movable defense, they might change it. I'll take your time, buddy. Gives me a chance to read this very intriguing email I just got from work. Oh, I will read that after.
Our position has been
Ugh.
compromised. Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
Ancients are the most powerful. Agent feeding has made them strong.
There we go. Full energy. I hate this map. He's going nuts with the pox. At some point in your life, has someone yelled at you for being too loud? Isn't that why you talk so quiet now? I feel like you whisper at me sometimes. I have no idea what you just said. Oh, that was a bad one. Say again? Oh, yeah. It heals the target, heals you, it heals everything that's ally on us. If you're standing on my hollow ground, you are immune from any status. Enemies that get, you should have 140 extra, yeah, I can see it on your stats. 140 extra armor. And any enemies that stand on it, if I use my fourth ability, it strips them of their armor. Alan, what's up, buddy? I hate that he's up here now. Might do some shots. Alan, what time is it there, buddy? I can still hear them. They're all stuck underneath here. Ugh. These are all the awesome outsights of the game. House's vitality, you guys are both chopped off. I don't need mine on right now. I would drop down where I am real quick and throw on Mesa's ability down to that lower level. How much energy is your pool with Mesa? How big is your energy pool with Mesa? Around 400? You say 100? Oh. I hate to get... Oh, he's finally moving. Come on, dude. Oh yeah, they're physical resistant. Well, you can still get them with a physical proc, it's just really hard at this level. You know, I'm constantly cycling Energizing Dash around him, but you gotta remember, if you turn on your ability, if you go in your Peacemaker, you're not getting energy anymore. So it's that, like, rare build-up. The other thing is, do you have Fleeting Expertise and Streamline on him, or Honor? Any Warframe that has an ability that you toggle on and off, you got to make sure efficiency is up there, or have an insane amount of strength so that when you do use it, you can kill everything quick, turn it off. Some vodka, nice. Rupert, what's up, buddy? Oh, I'm on you. Yeah, secondary only. Since it's against the infested, might actually just bring Limbo. Just remember when you do the hack, you'll have to No. You have to use your operator. You won't be able to hack the computers with the Cataclysm up. Bad week, Rupert? Nah, man, I hear you, man. It's been a rough one over here as well, man. Life gets better, I promise you, buddy. Tell you what, Rupert, man, if you ever want to talk about shit, because I know it's been a rough, at least a week for you, part of last week, too. Dude, man, shoot me a DM on Discord, buddy. I'm always down for a talk. Oh, shit. You guys are getting hit. About what? Oh, if I use Limbo for the rescue, when we have to hack to open up the prisons, use your operator. You won't be able to with Cataclysm up.
Attack us and
Yeah.
we will counter.
There we go. Lots of energy down there. Oh! Really? Don't even worry about it. What's the last wave? There we go.
Consider what I've learned from this skirmish.
Yep, Fleming. Serve up a nice glass of refreshing and spirit-lifting flemonade for my boy Rupert there. Still, I still did more damage. And Mesa over Oberon, come on, man, you gotta pick up the pace. We gotta get some, whatchamacallit for you. Gotta get that thing modded out. I assume you just, I mean, have you even put Forma into Mesa yet? Let's see, Mesa, I think she has 2 on her herself. Yep, 2 Forma on Mesa that I use, and then her regulators, I think I have 4.
Excellent armaments,
Yeah.
operator. Please return.
Covered in blood.
4 directly on the regulators. I want to say you should be able to use 3, to be honest with you, just because I had to redo it a little bit. Yeah, you can form with the regulator separate. But with the regulators, you're going to want, I mean, you want that DPS up. So I do use Lethal Torrent and Gunslinger on it. 60-60 mods, multi-shot, and then critical. I mean, this thing, I mean, they have great critical chance. I mean, with the Prime versions, you're getting 71%. Say again? Barrel diffusion, yeah, it's multi-shot, 120%. And then lethal turrets, fire rate, and multi-shot. So having 180% multi-shot with those regulators is ridiculous. On top of that, getting 60% fire rate and then another 72 off Gunslinger.
Operator?
Yeah.
Is that a pun?
These things fire so
I will
fast.
attempt to bypass this fault.
Yeah, I think I'll leave the lens on. Alright, let's get this final one out of the way. Oh, that's right. It's going to be secondary only.
Best chance this system has for peace?
Got my pox. Should be fine. Oh, for your secondary? I don't remember if I ever used it or not. It has a residual elemental effect to it.
This is a rescue mission. We find and liberate the hostage before any harm comes to them.
Yeah.
Some explode when killed. We'll need to strike and move.
Drop those real quick. Nice. Oh yeah. Oh wait, you're invisible. I don't need to leave a rift behind for you.
The moment you enter the holding area, they'll trigger the execution sequence. Rescue the hostage before it finishes.
Yeah, Rupert. Limbo. Oh, let's not get the Juggernaut.
Juggernaut. They were lured out by the death of infested. Lay low. It should go away or amp up the fight to draw it out.
Stealth. Oh, that's endurance. That's a pain in the ass.
Hurry up. You are running out of time. Heavy infestation ahead. Here are the holding cells. Search each one for the hostage. I will not forget this, Tenno. You've located the hostage. Escort the prisoner to the extraction point, and I'll take care
Oh,
of
you're
the
Xmas. That's why you're taking so long. Alright, now I heard
I need a weapon.
a very interesting sound up top. Oh, you already broke open the rare breakable. Okay, I was gonna say I heard it when I came first flying through. I got a little affinity booster. All right. No, if you go to the very top area, there is my cataclysm broke it open. So if you come up around here, you should get an affinity booster and whatnot. Yep. It's 30 minutes. Yep, she's following you, so keep moving. You're good. Melee Riven. Good stuff, buddy. Good stuff. Broomstick, what's up, buddy? Just saw I got a friend request from you on my cell. I'll be accepting that later. If you're still in the chat, hit me up, buddy. Just don't be shy. Say hi. Let's see what we need to do to unlock that bad boy. Complete a defense mission with level 30 or higher enemies with the defensive objective not taking any damage with a bleeding dragon key equipped. You just, like, if you go solo, you just need to kill 4 sentients. Like, first mission on Lua will, if you stay in the spawn and don't move anywhere, wait a few seconds, you'll hear their sound, and then Lotus will say something about it. If you wait just a little bit, eventually it'll come out and find you, and then, yeah, you just trigger it, it'll call down. If you're by yourself, 2 sentients. If you're with somebody, it's usually 3. Full squad is 4. But, Alita, what's up? How are you today? Appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, you'll get at least 2 if you go solo for sure. 3 with another person, then yeah, full squad's usually 4. You just have to be the person to actually kill them. Like, they can whittle them down to, like, no life whatsoever, but just enough to keep them alive. You need to have that last bit of damage.
I've been thinking, Operator. I thought you wanted to know.
I don't think it's as passive. Hang on a second. Let's bring up Umber real quick. His passive should be... yeah, well, yeah, him himself. But if you're doing... If you're using that for the melee ribbon, I think that counts against you. Alita, I'm doing great. How about yourself? Hope everything's well. Rupert, you're back, man. Rupert, I have a... Oh, no worries, buddy. Good stuff. I'll catch you later. Yeah, no worries. Take care. Rupert, man, I actually have a degree in massage therapy, man. If I could... I wish I could help you out, man. That's if it's muscular. If it's skeletal, then unfortunately there's not much I can do. For that, you'll need to at least see a chiropractor. If not, just because it could be... I mean, it could just be your nervous system that could be causing it, in which case it could be either skeletal or muscular. If it's muscular, then it could still be worked at, but it would be in conjunction with myself and a chiropractor, as opposed to just muscular, which a physical therapist could take care of, or a massage therapist.
Well put together, Operator. Now get out there and...
Cut down the...
and make the Lotus proud.
Oh, PC problems. I thought you said... I thought the reason why it's been a bad week is because you have a bad back. You said, my bad back. Like, you're saying you're bad like you're back and didn't say anything. I got you. I got you. Depressed. Hey, man, at least it's, you know, a fun new name. I'm assuming after the movie there. Alright, so what other crazy shit can we get into today while we still have time? Got that new GPU, turns out I need a new motherboard. Oh shit. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm like, you might as well say a new computer altogether. Basically a motherboard, for those of you that are not too technically inclined, if you have a bad motherboard, it's no different than having a car with a bad transmission. Like, you might as well just get a new car. Like, if your tranny is shot and your engine is shot along with it, then yeah, you're just better off getting a new car. Nova with 300% ability strength. Curious, it's 300% ability strength. Does that mean even if I have a Speedva, that would counteract it and still make it a Slova? And would it make my Slova a Super Slova? How would that work? Things that make you go,
It's that time again, dreamers.
Alright, I know you're scanning enemies, that's gonna be boring. Nightmare missions, let's crack that one out next. Defense while playing with a friend, you're an orb. Yep, Profit Taker. Alright, so 3 nightmare missions. As long as there's nothing crazy. Assassination against Vor with no shield, low gravity. Anaros, do you have... what do you have on right now? You have the Ignis? Alright, oh, wrong button. Let's go kill Vor real quick, shall we? No shield. Aww, Anaros get no shield. Ratchet Heart, what's up? Welcome back. Haven't seen you in a little bit. Hope you're doing well, my friend.
The VIP that we're hunting is here. And take them out. Captain Vor has left under suspicion of possessing Orokin technology that grants powerful abilities. We cannot allow this. Get to his location.
Oh yeah, low gravity.
Another dead Tenno.
Vor has a tendency to play with his prey. Do not let yourself become distracted by this tactic.
I should have been just waylaying all these guys the whole time because I have my duration build on right now. Low gravity is actually pretty fun.
You're making this too easy.
Look at this, no enemies now.
Falling with grunts. Getting to Vor will prove difficult. Surrounded by mere marines.
I see.
Come on, Vor.
Target acquired. Get them down.
You charging yourself up again already? Of course you are.
Nice work taking down the VIP. Now get to extraction. Target down. Assassination contract complete. Great work, Tenno.
Hey man, low gravity on a planet that has gravity. I mean, it's low gravity, not no gravity, but I mean, what'd you do? Shrink the planet? If you were to shrink it, it would become more dense, and if it was more dense but still shrinking in proportion, would the gravity not be the same? Well, that takes care of that mission. What are you? Excavation, not going to waste time on excavation. Mobile defense. An excavation that's timed. Yeah, no thanks. Another mobile defense. Come on. I just need to do 3 of you. Another assassination against Alad V. Spy. A timed spy mission. Oh, we are bringing Loki. Canadians. So how's everyone's day going? Anything fun going on this terrific Tuesday? It's another gray day here in New York. You know, we haven't had any spring weather whatsoever yet.
Excellent armaments, operator. Please return.
Just so you guys are aware, when I use Loki, because of the fact I put every speed mod into him, once Almagam Serration came out, had to put it on. His speed is fucking insane at this point. I don't take him on any super hard missions, so if I'm losing that 10% damage for it, who gives a shit? Now, it did say timed. Was it Jupiter? No. Saturn. Timed spy mission with low gravity. That means if it's... Damn, depending on the mission, that low gravity might hinder me with going through certain lasered areas. Do 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 do.
You are here to infiltrate data vaults and retrieve highly sensitive enemy information.
You'd think they'd clone something a little less ugly.
Be on the lookout for increased security measures. The enemy would rather destroy the data than let it get into our hands.
God, I move. That low gravity is like shit whipping me around.
The console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data.
I mean, like, how slow? Wow.
Data destruction is imminent.
How slow do they have to make it? Like, I don't understand why they change the speed of these wheels.
Data integrity verified. Retrieval was successful.
That's the one thing that always bothers me.
Nearing the console. Trigger the alarms now and
Toyota, what's up, buddy? Everybody, do me a favor. If you like any bit of my stream whatsoever, do me a favor. Follow Toyota. Go hit up his channel. Hit him with that subscribe button. Show him the same love that you guys have been showing me. Toyota, how's your day going, buddy?
They won't even know it's gone.
Nope, wrong one. It's this one that's cracked open. Oh, what? I must have clipped a piece of it. Yeah, did it again. Okay, are they not allowing me to go back out of it? Because I definitely hit nothing at that point. Jeez. Getting ready for work? Nice. 9 degrees to that. Broom, alright, buddy. How are you, man? I saw that you shot me the friend request. I will definitely be
Keep going.
adding that in
You're here.
once the stream's done over with, man. Just so you're aware, as far as hooking up during stream, it has to be for a specific reason. Like if you're grinding for a specific Warframe or
The target console
a resource, I like doing that on stream with people. Otherwise, I rather keep like casual play, kind of like on the weekends or when I'm not streaming, where we can be a little more relaxed about things. Alright, this no gravity is going to throw off my timing for this, so invisibility will have to refresh by the time I finish this one. Come on, come on. Invisibility off. Last control panel. The reason why you have to do all these different control panels, the first one takes the lasers off the door. The second one takes off one of the lasers on the computer. The third one takes care of the third laser that's on the computer. Otherwise, you'll never be able to do this hack unless you really time it just right.
clean extraction. Arms. We have everything we came for. Get to extraction.
And you have to use a cipher. Like, there's no way around it. Man, low gravity really sucks. All my timing for everything is way off because you have no idea. You're not used to how long you're going to be floating in the air. P4, what's up, buddy? Toyota, lost how, buddy? Lost like just going around the map getting lost and not knowing where to go, or lost like just getting completely sucked into it? I get lost by getting completely sucked into it. As far as the game goes, getting lost and not knowing where to go, you learn that pretty quick in the game. Let me see, let me make sure I didn't miss any hellos or anything. Boomstick, I did reach out to you. Hopefully you heard me from before. Toyota, man, you get used to it. And the fact that I'm using a very fast character. Exactly, Rupert. Like, the second I go into a map or a new room, I look at my mini-map, I see the layout, I already know which room it is, and I already know which direction I need to be going and which level of that room, whether it's a door that's up high, door that's down low. Like, all that is, like, already in my head. I mean, I've been playing this game for 3 years, so it's all second nature to me. Alright, Uranus is going to be a stupid one like it normally is. Assassination against him, fuck it. I'm just looking for something quick. Sabotage, no shield, low gravity again. But you know what? It's a fast sabotage. In and out. Rupert, I mean, like, I do that a lot. I do that when I'm doing a survival or a defense. I rarely really look at the screen itself. I'm normally looking at the mini-map, just so I can see where the enemies are.
Your target is the reactor.
Alright, so I'm literally just doing the sabotage and out. Of course it's going to be a long distance. I have no shields, so I do have to keep that in mind. Luckily, there really isn't too many things that are just in place to hurt you. So I should... You're saying to go over there. I'm willing to bet it's here to the left, though. Waypoint's gonna change. Oh? No? Normally they do that. Normally the waypoint is thrown off. Get some more energy going. I mean, the low gravity is fun. Hang on, unbreakable over here. Never mind. Come on, stop getting stuck on things. Normally I have to double jump there, and I just had a gut feeling I didn't need to. Alright.
That's the reactor. Expose its core and destroy it. That's it. Now get out of here.
Yep, these guys have no idea where I am. I'm invisible the whole time. Outski. Nils, what's up, man? I am a senior loan officer and financial advisor for a very kind mortgage company. Because of that, I can work from home for the most part, maintain my clients, and it's why you see me gaming and streaming all the time. Yoink.
Words coming in of so many of you being your best selves. Nora is just beside herself.
Oh, your
now.
eyelid ever just itch? It's like the weirdest thing ever. And like trying to like scratch your eyelid. It's a very weird sensation. Because like how do you scratch it in a way that doesn't hurt? You know, let me jab my eye out real quick because I can't get this itch. All right, Rupert. We'll catch you later, man. So that one was done. I wanted to say there was another one I was thinking about doing and getting out of the way.
Nora's got the goods for
Scanning
what-
objects. Yeah, I have 2 days for that. It's a boring one that I really just don't feel like doing. Syndicate missions I should get out. Defense with friends.
You know.
All right. Oh, you're not? You said see you have fun. Oh, Toyota said left. Okay, my bad, Rupert. Toyota's the one that said he was bouncing out. Gotcha. Rupert's like, is Viper kicking me out? I didn't do anything. Rupert, you get out and you get out right now. You think about what you did. How dare you come in here and have fun and joke around? What the hell do you think this place is? What am I, a clown, huh? Do I fucking amuse you? Do I make you laugh? No, let's go hunting for some,
Operator, are you enjoying the
some
view?
relics here. Rupert, that whole concept and the joke that I was saying, whatever, it reminds me of something I used to tell my one buddy. Like, every time, like, my one friend, like, him and I would hang out, and he's always got to have a beer in his hand. He's always got to drink something, but he always got to the point where he was drunk, and, like, nothing he said made sense. Like, it was just that incoherent, just, like, mumbling of random thoughts going into his head, or trying to come out of his head that we try to shove back in. So I used to always tell him, dude, you shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Find, capture, and extract our target.
We will bring honor to the Tenno.
You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape. target has
What
vital
is this
information
energy net he put me in?
We need our subject brought back alive. Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point.
Hey, can I get my waypoint in normal fashion now? I need a picture section of my Discord for fun show, like setups of cars and stuff. Yeah, I thought about that. Like, just add like a meme-based category. All right, so where the hell am I supposed to go now? This waypoint is pointing to nowhere. I hope this is the right direction. Oh, I saw that energy shockwave too. There we go. Yeah, Ratchet Art, it's Ember Prime. Ember, by far, probably my favorite Warframe. I wouldn't say that I'm an Ember main, but I heavily use Ember. Ember is one of the best Warframes to use for crowd control. Just realized I got Chemo's name still up there. But yeah, Ember is great for crowd control. I've had this same build for I couldn't tell you how long. The only thing that has really changed is using primed vigor instead of vigor, and using growing power. The great thing about growing power for an aura mod is that for any of the warframes that have an ability that turns on and turns off, with growing power, instead of it lasting for 6 seconds, if it's triggered while that power is either being turned on or already on, it lasts for as long as you keep the ability on. So if you turn on Ember's World on Fire, if you start up Banshee's Soundquake, Oberon's Healing, Mesa's Regulators, as long as the ability is still turned on, you get that extra 25% strength the entire time.
Were you visualizing a bloody battle?
Me too.
You just got Chroma Prime, but you don't understand it. Alright, tell you what. I am going to use my Chroma and show you how to use them. First things first, let me make sure I have the proper build on. And I don't. I'm going to take off my Rubico. I will put my Ignis back on.
Excellent armaments.
And on top of that, I'm going to go to the Simulacrum just so I can show you in a controlled environment how Chroma should be used. Oh, Ratchet, no problem, buddy. Rupert's having a hard time with the GPU. Ratchet Man, I mean, to me, this is the whole reason why I stream, to help people out. Alright, so the first thing you need to understand about Chroma is whatever energy color Chroma has will tell you what type of damage he's gonna do. So right now, energy is white. I know there's a secondary energy. I threw it on as red for whatever reason, but it doesn't affect it. Energy is white, so I'm doing cold damage. And I use cold for a very specific reason that I'll get to in a moment. But you can use yellow, red, or orange, and you'll have fire. You can use green and get toxic. Blues will be your electricity. Now, the reason why I use cold, when you look into Chroma, and I'll show you the build that I use as well as I explain this, because I can still see the abilities from within. The main reason why I use cold, when I use Elemental Ward, it gives me an armor buff. So I'll have increased armor, and I want to say it's like 420? 416, 420 extra armor. He already has 425 armor, so this is just going to make him even tankier. The other thing you want to build your Chroma around is Vex armor. When you use Vex armor, you'll get an extra, depending on ability strength, mine is set for an extra 976 increase in armor, and does an extra 767% extra damage. Now, that builds up by the damage you take. So your armor increases based off of your shields being drained. Your damage will increase and go all the way up to 767 by how much vitality is being taken from you. So you need to take damage for those stats to go up. On top of that, now remember 976 and 767. Because I use growing power, I'm going to get an extra 25% on top of this. All I have to do is trigger growing power first. So, if I were to, yeah, let's get rid of the ambulance. Let's get somebody, yeah, let's get some corrupted heavy gunners out. These guys are relatively tanky. Now here's the first thing you want to do. I'm going to go out. I want to trigger growing power. Growing power triggers when one of your weapons puts a status effect on someone. Growing power is now on. I'm going to trigger my third ability, so my Vex armor is now on. And now I'm going to cause damage to myself. I use the Castañas, so I can hurt myself. And the reason why I do that is so that I can get Vex armor maxed out already. Now, just to make sure. Yeah. So it's 837 damage, 1065% extra armor. Now, I'm going to go back for just the energy aspect of it and top off my vitality. Now, you can recast... Mr. Duty, what's up? You can recast Vex armor at any point. I still have 20 seconds of it. I can recast it. I got another 63 seconds, and my stats don't go away. You can keep recasting the ability so that you can get that extra armor and that extra damage. Now, this is what Chroma can do against 140 heavy gunners. And that's with my Ignis build. You literally just shred them away. If we want to try that against someone a little harder, we can get some bombards out. They have slightly more armor. recasting our Vex armor. Now, you can use Elemental War, the second ability, and now you're going to get that extra bump in armor. And again, you're just... Now, these are heavier tiered enemies now, but just keep in consideration this. I'm using corrosive, so I'm eating away their armor, and I'm using bladed rounds. Both of those with my Ignis are top-notch. You put in the fact I'm doing an extra 837% extra damage. I'm trying to find a dark spot of the screen. There we go. That is where Chroma really comes into play. Chroma is great for Eidolons. You slap any one of the sniper rifles, Lanka, Rubico, whichever one suits you better, put it on Chroma. Chroma's just going to rip the shit out of people. If you go that against Eidolon joints, forget it. It's almost guaranteed a one-shot hit. If not, for sure, two. You just need those hits to land. Mr. Duty, it is Chroma Prime. It's the Dynasty skin that's on Chroma, but I still have the Chroma Prime helmet. I left the helmet, but put the Dynasty skin on. Just because it just looks so cool. But yeah, that's basically how you would build Chroma. Now, here's the other thing. I really haven't dove into it too much, but I did make an effigy build. Now, this is based on Umbra, yeah, I saw that on the bottom. Off of Chroma's 4th ability, which is kinda... alright. I did put Adaptation on. Adaptation's not on the other builds. I put Adaptation on for the fact of Chroma is not going to have as much... Here. Chroma turns his pelt into a massive sentry that strengthens nearby enemies and engulfs that. Here's the thing. You are losing a certain amount of your vitality. Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. In all honesty... the effigies are going to do nothing more than just this. You're not looking at this thing to cause a lot of damage, but I will do this. I'll trigger my growing power, cast my 4th ability. Oh, wait a second. That might have been too much. I gotta remember to lower... Yep. Lower shields, lower vitality. I don't want to actually kill myself. Oh, wait, that's right. That's all I'm going to get. I'm waiting for those numbers to go higher. I forgot this isn't the Vex Armor build, so it's not going to be higher. So we're going to get an extra 482 damage. You drop that pelt, the first thing it's going to do... it's going to scream, and that scream basically stops them in their tracks. It throws them off, it confuses them, it stops them from progressing. Past that, the FG is just going to let out a beam of whatever elemental damage you have it set for. Mine's set for cold. So we'll slow down enemies. Is this okay for defense? Absolutely. But I also have this set for high efficiency, so you can see it's not really eating a lot of energy on me. So I can still come in, do a good amount of damage, while my effigy, it's almost, you know, you're having a second character out. While my pelt is there, freezing them into space, slowing them down, I can come in. I'm still getting an okay amount of a damage buff. It's an extra 482% damage. You really, you know, compared to other buffs and whatnot for a character doing it to themselves, it's not a huge amount, but it's not bad either. Like, 482 is still 482% extra damage. And on top of that, it's just like, my pelt is getting that bump in damage, so could I put more ability strength into it? I could, but you only have so much mod space. But past that, if you're doing a defense solo and you brought this build with Chroma, you're gonna be doing all right. Like, it will carry you a good distance. There will come a point, I mean, these were 140 bombards that I was just shooting. So you can see this actually works out very well. But that's also because my Ignis has a great build on it as well. So the two of them together, just ridiculous. What about Zephyr? Let's get the old Blue Jay out, shall we? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, before I do anything, let me get, because I do use this primarily on Eidolon, get my Rubico back. Alright. So, Zephyr. With Zephyr, you're going to want to have duration over most things. I use Zephyr specifically and solely just for open world. So I'm talking Plains of Eidolon or Valis. With Zephyr, you definitely want duration to be high for two reasons. Now I use Arcane Tempo because I usually have my Archiplasmor with her. Duration. Here, let me show you what she's like without mods. Her first ability will either zip you forward, like it just gives you a burst of like flight direction, so you'll take off. It'll tell you that your airspeed is 30 meters per second. You can push and hold the ability down, and you can hover in the air for a certain amount of time. Her second ability is basically you're flinging like a big burst of air towards people. And I mean, like, it honestly, it's actually pretty cool because you will send them flying. It does a good amount of physical damage. Turbulence is another reason why you want high duration. Basically, you can't be shot by anything other than a Nox, and that's it. Or a Nox or a Bombard. Anything that's propelled like that. All bullets will not hit you. The air around you like redirects them so they never hit you. Fourth ability is just tornadoes, and they're great. They honestly, they do more slash damage than anything else. Now, the build that I have increases duration, highly on duration, the rest on efficiency, and here's why. Duration is what's going to increase your airspeed while you're flying. So right now I'm going 73.8 meters per second. I'm faster than any K-Drive, I'm faster than any Arcwing by leaps and bounds. Short of the Itzel being able to teleport, I am the fastest thing in the air. Airburst gets a good drop. The radius is getting a big hit, but we're not making a build off of that. The duration of turbulence, 49 seconds worth of not being able to be shot unless there's a Nox or a Bombard. And then on top of that, your tornadoes are just going to last longer. So with this build, we'll see how far it'll let me. You can launch yourself in a pretty fast direction, and this is any direction. I mean, it only let me go so high and so far. But because of that, you can cover a lot of ground in a very short period of time. On top of that, you also fall faster while you're aim gliding, because you fall slower just to begin with. Your second ability... Oh, well, actually, before I do anything else, if you charge your first ability, you create an air pocket, and it'll keep you suspended in the air. So you can be up here, and you can snipe people while you're there. Once it wears out, you slowly start falling down to the ground. Turbulence, you won't be hit by any bullets. Guaranteed. any bullets that might come your way are just going to zip around you. Let's can I find someone just normal? Oh, it might help if I actually hit simulate. You know what, we'll just get a couple of heavy gunners. Invincibility is off. So as you can see, these heavy gunners, they can't hit me at all. 40 seconds of being completely bulletproof. Now we'll pause them real quick. Now the last one, your tornadoes. It will target them, it will pick them up in the air. If I shoot my second ability into them, into the tornadoes, it does make the tornadoes bigger. So the tornadoes are now way bigger than they would normally be. If I were to recast them, you can see how big they are now. And you can see that now they're bigger. The tornadoes will pull enemies in. It'll do a good amount of physical damage to them. It's good against weaker enemies. If anything else, the tornadoes are good just as a form of crowd control. If you have these tornadoes carrying enemies around, and then you have somebody, say, with Mesa, who can auto-target them, then you are, I mean, like, it's the best combo for crowd control I could think of off the top of my head, other than Vauban and Mesa doing the exact same thing. Past that, you know, if you have someone rocking Saren, who can strip everyone's armor away, and then they're in these, that slash damage starts proccing, you'll be doing a lot more damage. It's going to be so much better. But for the most part, the way that I use this build, just because I only take her out, like, she's not an end game Warframe, but you can use her in the plains and any of the free open world maps, and all you really need to mod her for is just duration. Throw on top of that efficiency, and you can just keep all that going for as long as you need. Don't worry about range, because range is not going to affect your flight speed. Duration does. You don't have to worry about strength, because you're not looking for your abilities to rip the enemies apart. You're looking for your abilities just to be there and to last longer. Strength doesn't really increase anything other than the damage your tornado does, or the damage that your airburst does. So your best bet, putting in for duration, you use your airburst to make your tornadoes bigger, so it can pull in some more enemies, but you're not looking to really make it stronger. You're not looking for this thing to do massive amount of damage. I mean, even if we modded it to do so. Let's give that a shot real quick. Yeah, we'll just put this on just to get the aura space. If we were to build you up for damage, and really focus on damage, like, I'm talking all out, just all the strength mods you can get. This will make it easier to find them. Secrets, where's power drift? There's 309 ability strength. Now I could put in Umbral Intensify, throw in Umbral Vitality to get that bump, because now we're at 55% ability strength as opposed to the 30. 334% ability strength. It's only going to do 400 damage. Like, and your air burst, you know, that looks like a significant amount, but it's just like, are you going to use that to really kill off the enemies? Because you're only going to be able to hit a couple at a time. I mean, if we really gave this build a go, and you know what, just because of how much I know this is going to cost me in energy. There's my tornadoes. That's me bumping them up. Like, it, with all that ability strength, that's all it's doing. If I hit them directly with this, all that's going to do is fling them off the map. Yeah, it did 42 damage. What's up, Jordan? There was an update for me when I first got on. You're saying one coming out in an hour. What's this second update today? Are we talking about the planes remastered? They're just tweaking stuff in the planes. It's not going to be like a new story or anything of the sort. But yeah, that's all. Like, for me, it's just like, it's for the Switch. Yeah, it's the planes remastered update for you, Jordan. So that's the thing. You saw, look, I put in every strength ability mod there is, and it didn't do jack shit to those enemies. The abilities for this Warframe aren't designed to really just do a substantial amount of damage. Duration. You want to be able to have these abilities on for as long as you can. Duration increases your flight speed when you're in open world. Well, when you're anywhere, but open world for sure. You only use air bursts to make your tornadoes bigger so they can suck in more enemies and crowd control better. Duration will keep the tornadoes going even longer so you can better crowd control. And turbulence keeps you bulletproof. You want duration. Duration is the key thing of any efficiency, so you can cast them as many times as you want. Like, you know, instead of 100, it's only costing 25. You know, you're really, especially when you're flying and flying hard, instead of it costing you 25 energy for it to cost you 6.25, and the fact that the orbs are double value of energy in open world, yeah, no, you're looking at this for a solid build for Zephyr. I wouldn't suggest taking Zephyr on other missions. You can. She's not your go-to for spy missions. She's not your survival queen. She's, you know, open world. Open world, she'll do fantastic. That's all you really want Zephyr to do. Hopefully, Ratchet, that answers your question. Sweet. Anyone else you're curious about, Ratchet, while I'm here? Fleming, I won't lie, man. I feel like just ripping out Umbra real quick and just showboating. Awesome, Ratchet. Glad it did. If you have any questions, Ratchet, I want to say you're on my Discord. Always feel free to hit me up, message me, either DM me, hit me up in the group areas, whatever. Any information you want, hit me up. I'm going to be completing my build sections of the Discord by putting in the rest of my Warframes that I have modded, changing out some of the screenshots that I have for the new builds that I'm using. And the same thing with weapons. I want to keep that up. And I still suggest other people, like, just put in whatever build you like, whatever you're questioning about. By all means, just jump on in there. Check them out. Put in your own. Share the ideas. Show the builds that you are working on. Concepts you're using. It'd be great. Let me see yours. Let me see the mods and tell me how to get them. Alright. Pressure point. Primed reach. You're going to get from the Void Trader. Organ shatter and body count. To me, they're so common, I don't even know how you get them. Gladiator might you're going to get from the plains of Eidolon. Blood rush you're going to get from, since you guys won't be having the alkalites for quite some time, the only way to get blood rush is by completing the spy mission on Lua. The dock room, I mean, like the Riven, obviously you're going to have to trade for. As far as Berserker goes, that is the only one I need to look up, because off the top of my head, I really don't remember. You have a 0.03 chance of this being dropped by a corrupted ancient. Past that, you need to go against Infested Chroma, Infested Mesa, or a Tenno Spectre, and you'll have a 0.6% chance to get Berserker. Mr. Duty, I love Equinox. I use Equinox for a very specific reason, but Equinox's ability to basically nuke is like ridiculous. Jordan, the only way you're gonna get Berserker really is if you go against a corrupted ancient. So you're gonna have to go either in the Orokin area, or anytime you go through your fissure missions to crack open relics, wait for corrupted ancients, and they have a 0.03% chance of dropping. Very rare. Not the rarest drop. The rarest drop still belongs to Bite at a 0.01% chance of dropping from a Kubro or Kubro Den. Exactly, Ratchet. So good for nuking. Never farmed for Equinox. I was stuck on Volt Prime for so long. And I mean, like, here's the thing that I really use for Equinox. I use Equinox more for farming sabotages than anything else. And I mean, like, it's really just building up range and efficiency just so you cover such an area, but I use Loot Detector and Thief's Wit just so I can see all the breakables. You use the fourth ability to crack them all open and you're good to go. Now I will be making, I have made a better version of that I can use on most other boards, because the ability does go through walls and whatnot, but the ability to really nuke, I mean, ability strength doesn't even pile into that. Regardless, the fourth ability is still going to bump up by the same percentage. It's 75% of shields and vitality. The only reason why you see damage down is because the ability itself, the damage it causes when it's applied to someone. But when you hit the ability and release all that energy, it's based off the number at the top of the screen. It doesn't affect how you're gathering that damage. That's just the initial slash being applied to them when they enter the ability. I got to, Fleming. You guys want to see something kind of broken and fucked up? These are level 140s. Oh, even better. You guys are here. Now, if I throw it on them with their armor, not too much. hit them with a little bit of corrosive. I'm waiting to see everyone's reaction in the chat about what I just did with them. And that's with Smite Corrosive. That, or Smite Corpus. That wasn't even with the proper faction. And the great thing about it is, you know what? Let me just do this. Just because of how much armor and how tough these bastards are. Oh, gonna want some energy. So if I were to hit them off the bat, I mean, it's doing damage, it's ticking that damage off of them, but it's that armor that's really keeping them alive. You get some more statuses on them, weaken that armor down a bit, try it again. Fleming and I, the other day, this last weekend, started really digging into the details about how all the statuses work, how they trigger, how they really work well together, and how the damage in this game is formulated. Because of that, we really dove into gas. All enemies, regardless, have a vitality to them. So as long as I'm weakening their armor, you know, armor is for one thing and one thing only, protecting vitality. Well, once that's dropped down a little bit, and you start playing with the gas is just going to be doing so much extra damage to them. So these were level 140 corrupted bombards. Now granted, they're not going to attack that slowly. What you're really looking to do in an endgame situation is for something like this to happen. Now this is my Zenith Star. I have this set up for corrosive and blast. It's putting corrosive on them, and it's taking them down. So as the enemies start walking into that area, they're being knocked down, they're getting statuses put on them, they can't attack, they're being dropped to their feet, they're becoming weaker. So that when they're coming to me, I don't have to set up with my Ignis. I can just wait for them to come into that, they get triggered, and then I just wait for them and apply gas to them. Now, would I theoretically be taking Excalibur into an endgame type mission? With this build, I would like to see how far I could get with him with a team synergized around having an Excalibur in there with them. Because if you have two people, two teams of two, each going for a certain area or guarding one of two ways that the enemies are flooding in because you're controlling spawn rate, if you each rotate, like if I'm selling to, you know, if Fleming is with me, I'll be like, you know, I got my Zenith Star out, I'll have my disc. It's only out for, you know, 45 seconds. While I'm doing that, Fleming would already be layering in his Warframe's abilities, whether he's using Saren, whether he's using Octavia, making sure that's all taken care of. They're all getting hit, and now I'm just finishing them off. The next step would be, you know, the next wave. They would keep coming in, so I would be, you know, really whipping into it. Now I look down, I got 13, 12, 10 seconds left on my Zenny Star. Fleming, Zenny Star. Fleming would then take out his Zenny Star, launch the disc. That way there is always at least one disc present at all times. You need that teamwork, you need that level of communication if you really want to go endgame and really push yourself. That is how you get to 7-8 hours at Mott, by having things in place so that there's constantly a source of damage and that you're rotating through those abilities in a certain time, in a certain way, in a certain order, so that by the time the enemies are ripe, you are ready just to meh, and then they die. That's the synergy you're looking for. This is something that I really start pushing with some of my viewers, subscribers, and people that I play and talk to. Like, you need that synergy. You need to have these statuses there. Because I'm running Condition Overload on my Zenny Star, and I run it on my Exalted Blade. Having those statuses on, every time I hit them, it's just being a next level of damage. They're all still getting hit, they're being controlled, Blast is holding them down, Corrosive is taking care of the rest. People that think they can just bring their favorite Warframe into an endgame situation and just run with it because they feel they're OP because you can kill level 30, 40, 50 enemies. Yeah, no. At that point, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter the face value of things. It's all about how you layer different things in. You need to have a full setup. That's why with my Umbra, my Ignis Wraith that I rock has a high fire rate. It's up to 15.2 because of Vile Acceleration. It is a hybrid build which has good status and critical. This build uses Hunter Munitions, which is another stat that I could put on to further trigger condition overload. I could be using this with bladed rounds, but eventually it's a wasted spot. I rather get an extra status put on. You're not taking Umbra into an hour of survival, right? I mean, I wouldn't take them into the Sanctuary just because the enemies aren't filtering through a certain spot. In a survival, you can get them filtering into a certain area and then just control the spawn rate. You know they're going to be coming from a certain direction. Zenny Star Disc. 2 people there, rotating through. Constant status being put on them, ripping through them with your exalted weapon. It's where this is where teamwork and that communication and having the proper builds really comes into effect. And it's something that I really am trying to stress with a lot of people. I have quite a few people that keep messaging me saying they want to do, you know, several hours at like Mott or Annie, and I'm just like, I'm trying to find the nicest way to say you're just not ready for it. You're not in that mindset yet, nor are your frames and weapons set up in a way that you can do that. Like, you can't go in there with weapons and warframes that you haven't even put Forma in, first of all. Like, you're going to go 20, maybe 40 minutes at the most, and I would even say, you know what, I bet you could probably stretch out 45, 50 minutes. But you're going to be going life support to life support because you're not going to be able to kill them fast enough. Like, DPS, overall team DPS is what's huge in this game. Huge. So, to me, it's a hell with bladed rounds. This is great for missions where, you know, everyday missions that might pop up, all that stuff. A sortie is great. Otherwise, having hunter munitions to add slash just because I'm hitting them with critical, that's the difference in being able to... And just so you guys can see what I'm talking about on top of that, I mean, let's take in consideration all the different statuses I can trigger. Heat and corrosive. Slash. More heat, more corrosive. You should be on gas. Do I want to duel you? No, you need to be switched up. That was the next thing I was working on. I gotta start putting Forma in the pox for this awesome Riven mod traded to me by the awesome Fleming. And then on top of that, my Zenny Star, which is doing blast and corrosive. And I mean, I have this set up where, you know, I can switch it off to any combo I want. Magnetic and gas is actually really good. If you want to do a Corpus setup, man, put this out there for a survival and just sit back and watch this literally do all the work for you. I mean, I'll put some Corpus guys out there. This is just ridiculous. But, condition overload. This is doing an extra 120% damage because they're both going to be procced with blast and corrosive. And then past that, electric does not count. There is a glitch in this that for some reason triggers electric. But also, condition overload. Condition overload is a very key endgame mod to have, because that is the only way to really get it. Past that, having the Bane mods as well is huge. And this is why. Fleming and I learned this past weekend exactly how many times these mods dip into the pool of the mathematics that is trying to figure out DPS in this game. Condition overload is factored in twice. Alright, Jordan. Condition overload is factored in to find the base damage of the weapon and to find in the tick of each weapon's status, whether it's gas, viral, electric, heat. Condition overload is factored into that mathematics, so it's counted twice. Bane mods are counted 3 times. Base damage, finding the tick, and then the overall combination of the base damage multiplied by the tick to find the final answer of how much damage you're truly doing as far as your DPS goes for the weapon. This 30% counts 3 times. And if you guys need to see just how that works, I'm going to be putting up links in my Discord to show you the formula of how this happens and why this is happening. But having these mods, huge. Absolutely huge. And I, for the longest time, never used them. I thought they were a waste. I'm glad I kept them, but for the longest time, I never used them. But it's so crucial for an endgame setup. So crucial. So again, you know, I'm getting 3 statuses built up just off of... There. 3 statuses. Slash, heat, corrosive. You can see it right underneath their name. Now on top of that, condition overload. 3 statuses, 60%, 180% extra damage. Now there's gas. 240% extra damage. All because of condition overload status. Using those different elemental combinations in a way to make the enemies super weak. Because here's the thing, when you start going against enemies and you reach your first level 1000 enemy, the only way you got there is by doing stuff like this. At 7.5 hours, when I went through that with my buddies at Mott, we're going against enemies that were around 5,000. Like, this is what you need. I mean, like, having an Octavia is huge. Having elementals set up this way to weaken the enemies. Corrosive is huge. But on top of that, overstripping them is also something you want to avoid. Now, I'm not sure how many of you guys have noticed that, but at no point while I've been showing you this has any of these gold life bars gone to red. If we overstrip them, we're losing a damage bonus. If they were to be fully stripped down, we do lose a damage bonus. Be better showed if I hit them with the pox. Probably should have done that from the beginning. They might just die out at this point. Oh, that's right. I switched you off to gas. Well, let me put you guys out of your misery. Let me switch back to my other build for the pox. I remember I switched off on that. And that's the great thing. With the pox, you're just looking for that status. No, you were on corrosive. Alright. I just didn't hit you guys soon enough then. Now he's overstripped. These guys are too low level for you to really notice. This is what I want everyone to start knowing about endgame situations. You need to honestly hit that wiki page, read up on all combinations of elementals, how they actually apply, what they do mathematically, and really just aim to have that set up for your warframes. Because if you use that on the lower levels, you're going to be ripping through them. Even without the layering in, having this setup, if I were to just bring out the same corrupted bombards, but let's say they were just at like a sortie level, because of that Bane mod in there, we're really, that's all we really need to do to get rid of them. But you can see the damage difference that you're capable of doing just by going that 40 levels. Look at how much slower that is. Is it still moving at a good pace? Absolutely. But that's just 40 levels. What's going to happen when the level difference is a few hundred and then a few thousand? Having that extra bump in damage is massive. Being able to tick that much off of them and then raise it even higher just because it doesn't matter how much damage the other statuses are doing, but just having the status on them is huge. Absolutely huge. And it's not just status that you cause, but status that your other friends are causing. If you have someone in your party that's rocking Saren, and you're at, the 7-8 hour mark, and the enemies are anywhere from 4,000 to 5,000, just having Saren spread out her pox, status is on them. Boom, corrosive. That's going to bump up how much damage my condition overload is going to be triggering and further the math along. At that point, that's how you keep DPS going at those high levels, because the most important thing that you have to focus on when it comes to a survival is two things. Spawn control, meaning no one leaves the room you're in. All four of you need to be able to stay in a rather large but controllable room so that all the enemies are constantly flowing into you. Past that, it's maintaining DPS. Being able to kill them, just like in a Sanctuary Onslaught, being able to kill them at a fast enough pace that you're going to be able to keep life support modules coming for you. One of the key Warframes you're going to need, Necros. You need a Desecrating Necros, hands down. Past that, you're going to need some energy pads. You want to keep him going. Granted, you're going to be picking up plenty of energy, but still, you're going to want that energy flowing pretty nicely. Because Necros is going to burn through a lot of energy. Burn through a lot of energy. The great thing about the synergy of it is, if you bring a properly modded Octavia, Octavia will generate energy for everyone within her abilities. So that will keep your Necros going. Alright, I think we've hung out in the simulacrum long enough. Oh, 438. Yeah, we have. Okay. Umber, what do you currently have equipped? You do have the board prime on? Alright. Let's go back to Yuko. Am I ever going to build a PC? I'm thinking within the next month I'm going to set some time aside and get myself either get it or build my own gaming PC. If not for anything, to make sure that I can stream, oh, down low, stream in the best quality possible for everyone.
Target located. Bring them in. Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction plant. Well done.
Guys, feel free, just like Ratchet Art did. If you have questions, curious about anything, don't be shy. Ask away. If I have a build for it, I'm more than happy to share it all together. The mods, the pieces, anything you need, let me know. It's why I'm streaming. I'm streaming to help out everybody. Building is the way to go. Oh, yeah, Mr. Judy, for sure. Because here's the thing. You're going to spend more money just outright buying a gaming computer. And then aside from that, it's not even going to be as good as it could be. Getting the pieces individually and building it together yourself, yeah, man. Chances are it's probably the way I'm going to go. The lazy side of me is just like, I have no problem just paying the money and just being like, here you go. How many steps did you take in that game? Steps as far as... Mr. Duty, I remember that. Rupert, what type of... Are you talking about steps, like physical steps that my character took? Or like steps I took into being able to do that mission the way I did? Um, a good amount. I mean, I don't know how many steps she really took, because there was a lot of jumping and rolling involved, but I'm sure that all counts in her pedometer. Rupert's gonna love what I'm gonna do next. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
We know the mission.
That's 20 steps right there, Rupert. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. I can't do it anymore.
You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape. Let our target know we're here. Track them down quickly. Mission complete. The
Dude,
captain has been escorted to the extraction point.
I can only imagine
Change
how
plans.
far...
Your
Oh,
original
now I
objective.
gotta do a damn
Nothing alive.
extermination. Need more enemies. This is a great thing about Ember is the crowd control capabilities, but don't want to miss out on that endo. And now you're telling me to go back. Why? Who is possibly alive?
Attack us and we will counter.
No, I heard somebody in here. Come on. 3 more.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
Codename, what's up? Rupert, welcome back. 3 minutes and 47 seconds on a mission that should only take about a minute because they had to turn it into a damn extermination. Man! Oh, I know what it needs to do. Let's crack open some relic packs.
These will feed the fire.
Alright, what are we getting? What are we getting? What are we getting?
Our enemies will fear you with that.
Got Equinox over here. Akajahara, Akbolto. Torpedo. Equinox Prime. Rubico, Akbolto. Mirage, Equinox Prime Neuroptics. Yes. All Warframes, all weapons go to rank 30. With the exception of one weapon, the Paracesis, that goes to rank 40, but it goes up by 2 for every forma you put in it. So when you put in 5 forma, it goes up to and stops at 40.
Will you begin another mission?
Let's see here. Agajahara. Equinox Prime Chassis. Equinox Prime Chassis. Chroma, I can only imagine how many of those Chroma relics I have. Stradivar Prime. This will be the last one. Stradivar. Okay.
Alright, what can we help you with? Open house.
Oh, Forma! Awesome! Equinox Prime Systems. Akajahara. Graham Prime. Anandana Prime Wings, which I already got. Last one, Anandana Prime Blueprint, awesome. Volt, Loki, Worm, but oh, they're all in that one. Good stuff, good stuff. Codename here, let me show you real quick. Everything stops at 30 except for this one thing. The Paracesis. It actually goes up to 40. That's why you have 80 out of 80 instead of 60 out of 60. Put a stance mod in. 90. Here's the other thing, the great thing about this weapon. Once it's maxed rank at 40, it gains void damage, which is why you have this extra here, 60% damage to sentience, and it resets the sentient damage resistance, which means if you're going against a sentient and they become adaptive to what you have, give them a whack with this, it wipes them clean, and you can continue doing damage to them. On top of that, this also works on the Stalker. He is a sentient who becomes adaptive to the damage you do. It's almost like they have adaptation on, the same mod that we use. They have it on. Hitting them with this takes that adaptation off. That's any void damage. Big thing to use is your operator. I mean, the way my operator is, using the secondary attack, 3 shots, maybe 4, Stalker's dead. Depends on when I catch him when he decides to trigger his invulnerability abilities. Oh, I want to get that off of you. Alright everybody, it is about that time. Unfortunately today's stream was cut short because, well, YouTube decided to be a little bit of a douche nozzle today. Before I go, if anybody has any questions, by all means ask away. Curious about any frames, builds, weapons, strategy, by all means let me know now before I decide to end the stream. Otherwise, we are going to be bidding you a fair adieu. As far as the second half of the stream tonight, it will be on. It will start later than normal. When that might be, I'm not sure. I actually have a project that I need to be doing tonight. If anything, I might be talking to my buddy Nas and seeing what he has going on. If he's doing Ghost Recon Wildlands, I might actually be streaming that along with him. But judging by the silence in the room, we shall be ending our stream for tonight. I want to thank each and every one of the people that stopped by today to help make the stream is what it is. If you guys are still here, I do want you to do me one big favor. Check out these links that are about to pop up here thanks to good old Nightbot. These are all my fellow friends that stream as well. They all put up great content. I want you to check them all out. Got Too Legit to Wit, Army Mendoza, Nas, Craig Christ, and Catherine. Now, I can bunch us all in the fact of myself, Too Legit to Wit, Army, and Nas. We all like playing military-based games, so you're looking at Ghost Recon Wildlands, Division 2, Apex. We all play those games. That being aside, Nas does do God of War at nighttime. Kat's actually been playing God of War. She does Mortal Kombat. She's more on the weekends. But she does stream during the week when she is able to, due to work responsibilities. Craig is probably one of the most colorful guys you're ever going to meet. He's always good for a laugh. He definitely says what's on his mind, and some of the stuff that comes out of that man's mouth is absolutely hysterical. So definitely check out my boy Craig. Jump on their links, check out their page, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. Catch my buddies and friends every time they stream. It would be absolutely wonderful and amazing of you. As always, I want to remind you guys, make sure you keep all the murder in the games and keep love in real life. Until next time, Viper out!